and party peeps. Today I'm not holding my mini mic, so there's that. But I want to get into this episode really quickly about not limiting the pivot. Okay, so the title of this episode is Don't Limit the Pivot. All right, let's get into it very quickly. And I want to bring this from a standpoint of like, it's the new year, we have this new energy, we're fresh and ready to go, right? But also, we are judging ourselves because we're 8 days in. And if you haven't made progress and you kind of can't figure out why, but there's been a blockage somewhere and you know there's something that you're trying to move through, power through, but it's just not like you're just not getting there, right? It's like every time you set a deadline, it passes before you ever get started. And this happened all of 2025. Maybe for you, on a very specific thing. You're talented, you're passionate, you know what it is that you want to do, you have purpose, you understand what it is, but it feels like you're kind of stuck at a standstill month after month, and then those months turn into years, and maybe you've had the same idea year after year. I can't tell you how many people I talk to. You are not alone, okay? I talk to so many people on a regular basis who have had ideas specifically for courses, online courses or programs, but they can't get them out of their heads, right? And onto paper, into these internet streets to really impact the way that they want to impact. I worked with several of my clients who had an idea for 2 years, 3 years, right? Even some 4 and 5 years. Some people are ready to rock and roll when they get the idea. They're a couple weeks in or a couple days in, and they come across my program information. And they're like, let's go. But there are others of you who have had this idea for so long, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a course. It can be anything, but you just keep finding yourself at this standstill and you can't quite identify the blockage, or you can't quite identify what's truly keeping you there. All right, maybe you are making up excuses. I know holiday time just passed, and sometimes when we put our ideas out there too soon, we can tell people and they have our best interest, and you find people asking you, well, what about that project you said you were working on, or that book you said you were going to launch, or that program you said that was going to come out? I find this happens too. Again, you are not alone. Clients that I work with, sometimes they tell me, hey, I told people I was launching a course. I told people I was launching a program, and people are asking me, where is it? They're ready for it, right? And that's a great thing. So you already kind of have clients lined up. You already have your students lined up. But for some reason, like it's just not translating. You cannot get it out. And so you start finding yourself making up excuses, and there are legitimate reasons when they come out of your mouth, but you know deep down inside that they are not really accurate. And I'm speaking from, in case you can't tell, I'm speaking from my own experiences as well. Like for 2 years, I set on my business idea. I set on this idea of not just launching courses, but just this legacy project or this legacy business, because I was deep down afraid, a failure of whether it went right, of am I doing the right thing? What if I don't know all the steps, right? Or just can't get out of my own way because I am stuck in the program that essentially somebody else made up for me, right? Maybe you have been, and this is how I liken it to, like a leaf blowing in the wind, right? No real like direction. You're going this way and that way, and shiny object syndrome is taking over, SOS, all right, where you are seeing different products, you're seeing different strategies, you're seeing different influencers online, and you're like, let me try this method, that strategy, but you can't just buckle down and do one. And so it's lacking the direction and the discipline. Let's if we're going to get for real, right, about really what it is. Hey, Carter. Hello, hello. And so you have all the information that you need, and you know this, right? But again, you can't seem to get out of your own way. And if that sounds familiar, then it's time to embrace the pivot. It's time to do something different. It's much deeper than the strategy. If you don't know what I do here, right, real quick, my name is Dr. Sonia. I talk all things premium courses, whether they be online or face to face, how to take your knowledge, wisdom, life experiences, turn them into the format of premium courses. You can get paid premium dollars to teach what it is that you know. Luxury mentorship programs, coaching brands, like this is important going forward. And I talk more than just the strategy, is deeper than that. So if that resonates with you and this sounds familiar to you, first of all, stick around for a while, okay? Hit that subscribe button, but also hit the like button so we can continue to spread this message globally. I'm super excited to bring these and create and develop this space of positivity. Hey, Cameron, good to see you on as well. I appreciate y'all being here. Also hit the bell notification so you know when I'm live, because we've been switching up the times just to kind of see what is resonating. And that is aligned with today's topic: embrace the pivot. Do not limit the pivot. Sometimes when you're so focused on the strategy, the reason that if that resonated with you, like things that I've been through, my clients' experiences, right, of setting these deadlines and it continuing to pass, and the months are adding up, the years are adding up, and you're not actually getting the traction that you want to get on your projects, then it's likely deeper than the strategy. And you have to embrace the pivot, okay? Don't limit the pivot, because it's also mindset, heart set, all those things. And even deeper than mindset, I would say just embracing identity. There's an identity shift that likely needs to happen in order for you to be the person who does the things necessary to achieve the outcome that you desire, to achieve the results that you desire. And so I have something that is coming. I'm super excited about it. I am going to be announcing it this week. I know that a lot of folks have been hearing about it who are already on the email list, and they've been asking about it. My clients have been asking about it, which is such a blessing for me. I'm really blessed to be able to work with people who are identifying with the projects in the programs that I'm putting out. So I love that. Hey, Dylan. Yep, it's real. It's real. Hello, hello. So if you're not on the email list, one way that you can get on there is to go to jumpfirstacademy.org. You'll check out different resources that are over there for free. Some are paid, but it just depends on your journey. But you'll get resources for packaging your knowledge, like I talked about, and really moving your courses forward. And that's one way to get on the email list. The other way is just send us an email at hello@jumpfirst.org. I'm really excited about what is coming. And it's just this place of I've been in this position too multiple times, right? Where it's like I know that a pivot is required, and there have been different things that have been in my head, ideas, even after launching the business, after launching what I have going on currently. And this is an idea. The announcement that I'm going to make this week is actually an idea that I have implemented pieces of before, but it's been on my heart, it's been in my head, and I've been in these spaces where it's like, okay, how do I gain the traction? Why can't I like move this thing forward? And what it really comes down to is, to give you the answer, is identity. And so I'm super excited to launch something super special this week to really help move you forward, to help you move your projects forward, to help you move and make progress on the things that you really want to accomplish this year. Because we don't have to go into the next year in the same space, okay? Especially if, like, again, I know it all too well. It took me 2 years. I had the LLC and everything set up. It took me 2 years to finally go, okay, I'm going to talk about my business publicly. I'm going to launch my business publicly, and we're going to do this, right? That was in 2016. So 2018, I finally decided, all right, it's time to go. Quit my 9 to 5, dropped out of corporate, all that. And I just dropped my story in a short on this channel here. So check that out as well. The whole story is laid out, the timeline and everything of kind of how that went. But that was me for a long time. And like I said, even after starting the business, it's been me too. Like, I get it. Like, different projects require maybe different versions of you. Okay. So who are you being now? 2025, if you didn't get all the stuff done and there was something that was on your heart that you know you've been led to do, to accomplish, but it's not getting done and you can't quite move beyond or identify the block, like what is the thing that's actually stopping you from doing it, then check out jumpfirstacademy.org, but also make sure that you're on the email list for the announcement that is coming this week. And if you haven't already hit subscribed, I'll be announcing it publicly as well after it goes to the email list first up. All right, so to go out to my email list first, and then I'll be announcing it publicly on this channel. So make sure that you hit the subscribe button, the like button, and bell notification. I'm very excited to help you move your goals forward. I appreciate all of y'all. Thank y'all for interacting inside of the chat, and thank you for helping to make this a positive space. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all so much, and I'll see you back here tomorrow, okay? Super, super excited. Bye, y'all.